Before we wander on into the episode, I just want to make sure that everyone goes out there and hits up the YouTube, check out the Spotify, check out Apple, wherever you're listening or watching to this podcast, is to go down, like it, subscribe, hit the bell if it's YouTube. Make sure you're getting those reminders. We do put these out every week, so make sure you do all that. It helps us out, and in the long run, we can make better things. So again, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. That's the other badger you saw.
Yeah, that's it.
Huh.
And the Wisconsin badger, I've seen him on TV.
Yeah, I've seen him on TV too. That's the only badger I know about, is the Wisconsin badger. No, there is one in, what is it? Seven Worlds, One Planet. Because I own that one. I just watch it on repeat all the time. There's a badger in the North America episode of that.
We can wander our way over, because this is Wandering Ways.
What's Bigfoot possibility?
Clink.
Clink. What's up, man? How we doing?
Oh, not much. Just literally got back from Yellowstone today. What about you?
I have done nothing today. That's because I've done a lot every other day. And I think I have a lot this next week. But the weather's not supposed to be that nice. So don't think I'll be able to get outside much.
Yeah, no, I kind of hit that window. I got over to Yellowstone Gardner, the Prairie area, Lamar Valley area this weekend, Friday, Saturday. And we hit a good window of 60s on Friday, but it wasn't windy. So it was nice. So it was warm. That when the sun came out, you wanted to wear a short sleeve shirt, which is great because we were up on the mountain, seeing beautiful things. And then on Saturday, it was supposed to snow. It was supposed to drop down to 40s, 30s. But it actually got up into the 50s, when we were in Yellowstone Park. And it's kind of interesting because that Paradise Valley, the way the weather moves through there are completely different. Like the Lamar Valley gets different weather than Paradise Valley. And
for sure. I mean, but that's mountains. When you have peaks that block you, things are gonna sit differently in each of the valleys, so you're gonna get different kind of weather patterns because of winds and stuff.
Well, yeah, but I just mean with the winter storms, they usually I would assume those mountains, with mountains, you're just gonna get more snow in that area because of the concentration of the mountains. But it's just interesting how exactly what you're saying, the way the valleys are formed with weather, where this one could have a completely beautiful day and that one could be snowy and cold and not fun.
Yeah, that's why they call it mountain weather.
Exactly. It was fun. It was good because we took our Italian friend Marco into the park for the first time in his life, so got to see some cool things. Got to see a badger. It was really cool. We saw this coyote and it was limping, and we're like, oh shit, it's limping, it's just running along the side of the hill. And then it kind of just dipped down like it was going to go somewhere and froze. And looking at its face at first, we're like, is it hunting? But it's no, if it was hunting, the ears would kind of be moving, and they weren't moving. They were still. And the face of the coyote looked very still and almost scared, almost oh shit, I need to stay still for a moment. And sure enough, this badger comes running up behind it and starts staring and sniffing the air and trying to look at it and stalk it. But I mean, and I haven't looked it up. I don't know if badgers have good eyesight or not, but they tunnel a lot. They do a lot of tunnels. So I would, moles don't have eyes, they're not good at that. But I'm curious how the badger relates with its eyesight. If that coyote, by staying still like that, it really couldn't see it. And that coyote doing a good job. But it was cool because I've only seen two badgers. That was my second badger in the wild like that, just because they spend a lot of time underground. They They're a unique creature,
Yeah, I have not seen a badger in the wild. One, I don't live in an area where badgers are. Although I've spent a lot of time in areas that badgers are, still haven't seen one. So I mean, they're kind of crazy. They're a lot more ornery than you think when you think badger.
They're aggressive. They'll put down a bear. They will put a bear back. They're aggressive little freaks. But it was kind of interesting because at first we thought it was like one of those marmots. You know how like the marmots run? That's what it looked like running up the hill. But then it turned, and I was like watching it through my binoculars, and all of a sudden I turned and I saw the white and black on its face. And I was like, that's a badger. Like immediately said, badger, and it was so cool because we were kind of headed back to the car. Like, all right, we spent enough time looking at this coyote, time to move on. Let's go see the next thing. Let's take, and then all of a sudden you see that and you're just like, that's so cool. We need to watch this, especially because, that badger could fight that coyote and that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, right. That would have been, although it sounds like the coyote would not have engaged if it was hurt. So,
well, and it was interesting because we were talking to a photographer that was right there with us. And I don't know how to take this, because you hear things from people all the time, but she's like, this coyote's always limping. It's an older dog. It's been around here for quite some time. You see it around here a lot. And I was like, and she's like, I come into the park about twice a week. And I was like, maybe, but also it could be a different coyote that has a hurt leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but
me neither. Not if a badger's stalking it.
Yeah. I mean, if I was a badger, that'd be the coyote I'd want to take down.
Right?
So
that's a good little deal.
I get why the badger's going after him.
No, the other one I saw was up by Glacier. So
that's the other badger you saw.
Yeah. That's it.
Huh.
And then the Wisconsin badger. I've seen him on TV.
Yeah, I've seen him on TV too. That's the only badger I know about. Is the Wisconsin badger. No, there is one in what is it? 7 Worlds, One Planet. Because I own that one. I just watch it on repeat all the time. There's a badger in the North America episode of that.
Oh, cool. You know that our national parks is coming out soon. Coming out in a few days. It's going to be exciting.
It's as we're recording it comes out in a few days.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Already been out.
I know. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to the Wanderers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
But speaking of shows and nature themed, I saw what I'm assuming is they're trying to take nature and reality TV and putting it very much into one. And what is very popular in reality TV right now, but those like romance shows, there's a new one called like Ultimatum. There was Love is Blind, The Bachelor, all of those. There's a new show coming out, and I kid you not, it's called Love in the Jungle, where they act very much like animals on this like island. It's so weird that it's honestly great marketing because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I made me watch the ad.
So my question to you, I guess, about this through the little research you've done into this topic, is it like people who are like, they pretend they're animals, like those people that are like, I'm a cat, like
no. And well, let me rephrase this. I don't know.
Oh, it could be.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try and find the ad for you so you can see it, because
we'll save that for the cool shit in nature segment, huh?
No, it's not worth it. It's not that cool. So
it's not. Okay.
Yeah. But
not yet. You don't know. You're still unsure. It could be.
Yeah,
cool.
I don't think it's going to be cool. So
that could be how you or Matt find your next lady.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
No,
here, I'll show you, because it is actually something. It's kind of ridiculous, but
okay, guys, we're watching it up on the YouTubes here.
It's going to be on Discovery Plus, and It's very much just like those classic, like, I don't know, find love shows.
But it looks like they have to be an animal in like the challenges.
Well, one thing is they can't talk.
What?
Yeah, there's no talking the whole time. And so then, like, this is the part where I was like, well, are they acting like animals, or like each of these animals, or like what's the deal?
Unleash their primal instincts. Mating ritual. What? With the duck?
Yeah, see what I mean though? Like,
Dance. You know, you let me know how it goes.
I mean, I don't have Discovery Plus, so I'm not gonna watch this.
Nor am I. This is it's interesting. It's another stupid reality dating show is what it looks like.
Oh, for sure, that's what it is. But like, I don't know. I saw that and I was just like, what the fuck is this? And honestly, that's what probably makes it kind of brilliant, is the fact that I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm talking about it, and two, I've spent at least 2 minutes of my life watching that ad.
And you wasted 2 of mine because we got important shit to talk about today, folks. This is a first timer episode. We're starting something new. This thing should last. It'll go into the years ahead because there's a lot of national parks and not a lot of weeks in a year. No, I'm just kidding. But we're going to do the ABCs of the national parks, which is going to be your 101 guide to the national parks. We're going to help you out with these parks. We're going to lay down the rules. We're going to talk about things like when parks are open, because some of them are like, we're closed. You can't take going to sun certain times of the year. You can't go up Chittenden Road, or you can't do these crazy trees because they're blocked off at certain times because of the floods. Who knows? We'll tell you because we know. We're going to do it. We're going to start with A. I talked to Mark before the show, and I was like, so like, what park do you want to do first? He's like, it's the ABCs. We have to start with A and end with Z. So, where's the first one? Where's the first park? What starts with A?
Acadia. Yes.
Oh, good.
So, no, just so everyone understands, this is going to be a recurring piece of us. And this is, most of these parks, I think most of these parks we have not been to. And by, I mean, most, we are under 51% of the parks we have not been to. So it's just going to be straight up facts. Anything about the park, there'll be little bits here and there. And we're going to go, again, starting with A through Z. Obviously, the parks that we've been to, we'll probably throw in little tidbits, little pro tips here and there when it comes to those parks. But again, this is just your basic 101 facts. Give me all the meat about this park. And who knows, I probably learn a thing or two about a couple parks doing this.
Exactly. No, I like that. That's a good way of putting it, because to me, this is one of those episodes, I think it helps. We've had like theoretical trips to Acacia, which helps with this specific park. But, when you look at, like, we have our breakdowns, when we go and break down a park that we've been to, we know it, we're going to talk to you about it. Then you're going to have these 101 ABCs that kind of give you the laydown. We're also going to have the reviews when we go to parks. So there's so much here that we're bringing to the table. We're, trying to help you plan the trip that you want to take with your family, your friends. You want to go hiking in the backcountry. You want to know what it's like. We're trying to give you that firsthand experience, because that's what we fight every day to, bring to you guys. That's why, I just got back from Yellowstone. It's one of the reasons I'm down there is I want to be out in nature because I want to share it with you guys. So
100%. So we're starting off with Acadia National Park. Sorry. And fact number one, where is it? It's in Maine.
Whoa. You know what? It was also the 12th national park, and Maine is the pine tree state.
It is also the first national park east of the Mississippi.
Interesting. That's really interesting to think because of this country's history.
Yeah, where did I see that? I want to make sure I got that one right. But
it was the 12th national park since 1919.
Mm-hmm.
And they say look for harbor seals because it's right there on the coast in Maine. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll see a lobster, I'm guessing.
I mean, isn't the whole state of Maine known for lobsters? So
That's exactly why I said that.
I think it's the founding place of red lobster. I could be wrong there 100%, but yeah, you hear all about like lobsters in Maine.
Have you ever heard about the blue lobsters that they catch? Those are kind of cool.
Aren't they rare? It's like a rare thing to find a blue lobster.
Roll them back.
Is that what they do?
I think you should. I don't know. I believe.
Are they different like species, or is it just like a genetic mutation?
I want to say it's like the albino ones, kind of. Let me see. Blue.
Oh, I don't know. You know, the way those work, who knows? It could be, it could not be. They probably taste no different.
They say that it is about 1 in 100 million of them.
1 in 100 million, huh?
Yep.
Interesting.
100 million.
100 million. Okay.
Yep.
Other little fact, other basic fact. It is a 47,000 acre park.
Interesting.
Yep. So, I mean, I'm not the best when it comes to like acres, what that really means. So about 3,500 of that is national park, which means about 12,000 of that is still privately owned land. That's under, I mean, essentially it's still the park though, because it's managed by the National Park Service. It's more private conservation land than it is like true public land.
Oh yeah, we have that here in Montana. It's called CRP, where like the ranchers are. It's like you can put your cattle on it, but you can't do anything to it because they want that to help keep that topsoil good.
Yeah, which is that's very important, is keeping the topsoil good.
That's why we have the Dust Bowl.
That's why we also have a lot of other issues, not just the Dust Bowl. We're having issues today because of it.
True facts.
It is soil. I've gone on soil rants before here.
I know. Well, and you know what? They say the best time to go to Acacia is about May, because the cooler weather for hiking and the fantastic trout fishing and bird watching. They say it's about 42 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's just gorgeous.
I've heard the bird watching is supposed to be tip-top shape there. The fact sheets that I have all mention bird watching. So there must be some good birds out there.
Yeah, no, I see that here on the secrets in the national parks book. Again, yeah, birds. They talk up the birds, which is interesting because I believe Maine has bears. And I believe they I mean, I'm curious. I've never been. I want to go. I'm curious what other mammals, in the pictures here I see a deer. And they talk about like the harbor seals out in the ocean. I'm sure you get a lot of ocean birds. I would assume an albatross maybe one time would be cool to see out there.
Oh, I don't know. Where albatross are mostly southern hemisphere. Now I know they spend most of their time out at sea, but
I thought they go all over the world. Albatross.
Yeah, that could be true, but I know they like nest and like down off Georgia. No, not Georgia. Isn't it like Christmas Tree Island or whatnot down south?
Yes.
But I mean, I think maybe albatross.
They're found in the southern hemisphere, but they've come up. They go up to Alaska, Canada, North. They say 3 of them. There's 3 that live in the North Pacific from Hawaii to Japan, California, and Alaska. Right here.
3 total. Of all the albatross, there's 3. We got Harry.
Maybe there's different. I'm thinking different species.
Oh, it could. That could be. That could very well be.
Yeah. Like there's like different kinds. Like 4 live in the southern and 3 live in the northern hemisphere, kind of. But they don't go to the tropics really. If you look at the range, it's south and then north. But you could see them all in the Pacific, and I guess not the Atlantic. Not Acacia. So sorry about the albatross comment, guys.
Oh shoot! Well,
I
I
want to
did
see
not
it.
know this.
I let my want to see one come out.
I think Maine. I don't think Acadia is, because Acadia is kind of in the center of Maine, but I think Acadia is close to Hudson Bay, which is up in Canada, which I believe. So they have to have black bears at least.
Well, but it's out on the coast. It's a bunch of islands out on the coast of Maine.
Oh, it's more than just that.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess you have Kodiak Island in Alaska with the bears. You know what? Where's a good resource for this? We're trying to give you guys the rundown of this park.
Oh, it's not near Hudson Bay.
Should have pulled the map.
Yeah, there's a lot of land in between Hudson Bay and Maine. But because I was going to say, because it's in Hudson Bay that there's those polar bears that hunt the belugas.
Okay.
So I was thinking it was an off chance that it was kind of close, but it's really not at all.
Here's all the animals in Acadia. They have peregrine falcons, owls, loons, fox, bats, beavers, fish. They have amphibians, reptiles. They have all sorts of wildlife. If I click on the mammals, they say the fox. They have rabbits. They have, it looks like the marten or a mink. They have beavers. They have bats. They say you can see whales and porpoises out on the ocean. Obviously, the sea life as well. So yeah, you're going to see some wildlife out there, which would be cool.
Yeah, I mean it's very much the park was founded basically off conservation, because that's one of the other fun facts about this park is that it was founded by private citizens. They're the main reason why it became a national park, is because they saw their beauty of it and really pushed to create it, to make it a national park. So Acadia's private citizens predicted that the biodiversity coastline would be overdeveloped and therefore acted to quickly protect it. They wanted to ensure that their beloved natural landscapes and views were preserved for the future. Donations of money, land, resources, and time from people like John D. Rockefeller Jr., George B. Dorr, and Charles W. Eliot are the reason that the park exists today. Mm-hmm. So don't say that you, the person, can't make a difference.
Oh yeah, they have they look like those guys. I mean, it sounds like that Dorr. He blazed many of the hiking trails in the park. He was one of the ones to make a lot of those hiking trails. But they put money towards it. There's the people have put $3.5 million into expanding the park. Is that George Dorr? Are they saying George Dorr? Rockefeller put 3.5 to the park, which is awesome to see.
I bet it's a big thing of pride in the whole state of Maine.
It sounds so. I mean, even the
like
lighthouse.
Utah, how they own the arch, like Delicate Arch, they go nuts over that. Or South Dakota and Mount Rushmore.
Mm-hmm. And Montana with Yellowstone and Glacier.
Yeah. Even though Yellowstone's not in Montana.
Yep. No, Tetons is for Wyoming.
Yeah.
But it's the least part of Wyoming. It's like everywhere else in Wyoming is not like the Tetons.
Yeah. It's so true. And that's the only good part of Wyoming.
Exactly. No, but if you talk about that, you talk about what they did, because they have about 45 miles of carriage roads that were made in the 1920s and 30s by bike. And they're some of the finest examples of broken stone roads designed for the horse-drawn vehicles. They're open year-round with seasonal closures, just like many of the other park roads. You have the Scotic Loop and Point Road. Those are open year-round. You have some unpaved roads in the park too that are open kind of the summer months, May 15th to November 15th, so a little bit later there in the fall. And then you have the Park Loop Road and other paved roads that open up April 15th, and they go till about December 1st. So it sounds like they close down for the winter. So it must get cold, maybe a little bit of snow. I don't know. Do they get snow?
Oh, yeah, they have to. They're up there, way up there. I mean, think about New York and Boston.
That's true.
And it's farther north than that. So it's going to be tit bit nipply, breast be getting inside if you're up in Maine.
Guess the average amount of snow. How many inches per snow?
I'm going to go with 14.
61 a year.
Not even close.
They're going to get a lot, so it's going to be closed in the winter. But let's talk about other things that are open in the park. And these are the 2022 dates that I'm listing here. You have the picnic areas. You have Thompson Island, which is April 15th to December 1st. You have Bear Brook, which is May 27th to October 15th. You have Pretty Marsh, which is May 27th to October 15th. Then you have Fabry, Seawall, and Fraser Point, which are all open year-round. You have beaches, which Sand Beach is the only one that's open year-round, but Lakewood Beach is June 1st to October 15th, and Echo Lake Beach is April 15th to December 1st, with some of the, well, there's also campgrounds and visitor centers here. So let's do the campgrounds. Most of them open up in May, and it looks like October 10th is the last day for most of them.
That's kind of standard for a lot of parks, even if they're open longer. The campgrounds shut down in like October.
I think so. Yeah, that does sound right. And open in May. I mean, some open up April, but I think it depends on the park.
Yeah,
it makes sense for this one. They even have some visitor facilities. So the Sand Beach Fee Station is open year round. The Cadillac Mountain Vehicle Reservation Check Station opens up on May 25th, closes October 22nd. The Hulls Cove Visitor Center opens up May 6th and closes on October 31st. The Carroll Homestead opens up on May 1st and closes on November 1st. Sur Daemon Nature Center, it's weekends only, May 14th to June 19th, and then it opens up daily on June 20th to October 10th.
That's an interesting one.
I wonder if they're doing construction or something like that.
Oh, yeah, because it is, this is just the 2022 dates.
Exactly. Or maybe it's maybe the visitorship from May to June like that isn't as much as they.
Or maybe it's just a unique part of the park that, you know, they're just trying to control, or there could be some weird reason.
Yeah, the Nature Center. Thompson Island Information Center, May 15th, October 15th, and the Islesford Museum, on Liberty Cranberry Island, June 26th through September 30th, so that has a small window. There's also some stores and services, same thing, it looks like May to October. So
kind of the classic tourist season for a lot of these parks. That's when it opens. You don't have to just hit all of those. There will be over 158 miles of hiking trails. So plenty of trail to explore in such a cool park that I assume. Again, I don't know. I want to know, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah. They say on the Secrets of the National Park book for some of the hikes and places to see, you know, it's like Bar Island, Jordan Pond, Cadillac Mountain, Parkman Mountain, Echo Lake. So definitely, you know, Beach Cliffs Trail, Perpendicular Trail, West Ledge Trail.
Yeah. And we talk about it, some of the trails and stuff in our like what if episode that we did a while ago. So if you do want to hear about the trails that like we wanted to do, make sure you go check out the what if Acadia. What if we went to Acadia or just the Northeast in general? It'd be in that part or in that episode of the podcast. But I mean, you know, Acadia has a lot of cool shit in it. So I was kind of thinking of getting into sport fishing again, but I feel like I need a good quality net.
Well, you know what, Reverend? I got the key solution for you. You know, our friends at Blue Ribbon Net make this eco-friendly aquafade bag, so you're not hurting the environment. It's 100% biodegradable. Plus, the wood is locally sourced and it is also biodegradable. And it's just such a great company to use. The Blue Ribbon Nets, they're here in Bozeman, Montana. And we even have a discount code. That's right. If you use the code Rougarou10, that's right. That's my Jeep, the Rougarou. Rougarou10, RUGARU10. You're going to get some discount on a Blue Ribbon net. You know, you can get the long one if you're fishing the big fish, or you can get just the good river one, you know, if you're like me and just want to catch a lot of fish.
So again, make sure you go check out Blue Ribbon and use the promo code Rougarou10.
Hey there, Reverend. I heard that you might be running dry on your sticker supplier.
Yeah, I've been looking around and I've kind of like run out of cool stickers to buy and put on water bottles and stuff.
Well, I mean, have you seen the stuff Josh has been coming out with lately?
No, I have not.
Well, he is doing some really cool stuff with the Shop LS574. Yes, they're working with indigenous communities and making some really cool stickers. He has a really cool Buffalo Mountain sticker. There's even water bottles, hats, sweatshirts, the whole swag. And we even got a discount code for you guys. Yes, if you use Wandering Ways at Shop LS574, you're going to be getting a discount on your next purchase. But not only that, you're going to be giving a percentage of that sale to the Little Shell Tribe, as well as they donate $1 of every sale to murdered and missing Indigenous women. So just such a cool thing going on there. You know, you use the code Wandering Ways, WANDERING WAYS, and you put that in there, boom, you're getting a discount.
And speaking of cool shit, it's time for some cool shit in nature. I showed you some weird shit in nature, or that's weird shit that was done in nature a second ago. And now it's time to show you some cool shit in nature. This one, starting off, I just kind of thought it was cool. I thought it was funny. It's different. So here we are. For the people that are just listening, it's the guy's on a boat and he must be going pretty fast, but there's some ducks that are flying the same speed as him, and he's like touching one as it's flying.
It's not about it though. It's like, give me a little bit away, you know, just kind of drifts away.
100%. That duck is probably stressed out.
I wonder though if it looks like they're into it. Like the ducks are wanting to fly with the boat versus like they must
yeah, I think that is the case, but I think the duck still doesn't want to be like touched because it will probably throw off the flight pattern for him.
Oh, for sure. But you look at it, look, there's some like off to the sides even of the boat and kind of, you know, I wonder how big this pack is. But I would assume they're getting some of that wind off the boat.
Yeah, I bet they're trying to use the boat somehow.
Like to drift or draft off of them.
Yeah, which would be, I mean, they're a little out in front for it, like true draft, but you know, I mean, I want to know how he got into this situation. Like, did they come down to him or did he come flying in on them?
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah, because that would be the more interesting part, I think, to this. But no, that's one of them. This other one is we get to come face to face with a jaguar.
Oh, nice. That's a beautiful one too.
Yeah, it is. So this one's in Costa Rica for people that are just listening. And this guy's got a camera and a jaguar comes literally up to him.
It does say juvenile, so it's young, so it's curious, most likely.
Well, 100%. It's just curious, but like still, this is a tight butthole situation.
What would you do?
I'm trying to stay calm.
Yeah.
That's all I'm really doing. I'm just trying to not move quickly. I'm just going to let it do its thing and stay calm, because I think it's just going to come, be like, oh, okay, and then bounce out.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens here.
Well, he did a lot more moving than I think I would do.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't try and touch it, that's for sure.
No, not at all.
Maybe feed it. Why not?
Well, what would you give it? Some
Whatever
jerky?
we had. Matt. We'll give it Matt.
Matt. And here you go. Take Matt, buddy.
You just got to outrun one of them.
That's true. I can outrun both you and Matt, so I'm good.
I can trip you.
Hi, I'm quick I'm like a dang like cat, so I can land on 4 feet and I keep going.
You're gonna be going too fast, and you're just gonna trip. You're just gonna, like the spin wheels. You know how like when people run, like the cartoons run, they show the wheels below them, like they winding up to get ready to choo. You know?
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna look like. And right
No,
there,
no.
Jaguar gets marked.
Hey, if I had to go, that's how I'm going to go.
Not a bad way to go.
No, it's not at all. Going back to the ABCs of parks, we are at A. We're at the first park in alphabetical order, which is Acadia National Park. And we're just going over the facts about it. And one of the facts right off the get-go that I just want to make sure that we have out there, because I'm always a big fan of conservation and protecting the environment, is conservation easements protect over 25% of this park's land. So Acadia National Park is one of the few national parks that is made up of land that was donated by landowners to the federal government. Within the Acadian archipelago, permission was granted to the National Park Service to be able to hold conservation easements on private property. Today, landowners in the area still place easements on their land to ensure that it is not developed. Conservation easements are currently held on 184 properties by the National Park Service at Acadia National Park.
Wow.
It really is the people's land.
No, it is, and it's neat to see that. And I even saw some things like conservation with the peregrine falcons, that they have conservation efforts, even so much so that they'll close hiking trails in the park for the falcon nesting season.
Oh, nice.
So another thing to check out is make sure you do go to the national park website before going to any park that you go to, because right here there's a big red thing. Any page you go on, it says alerts in effect. Right now they got carriage roads closed for the mud season, several trails closed for peregrine falcon nesting season, and most of the maple spring trails remain closed due to a severe storm. So always check the information, because go to Yellowstone, they're going to tell you about the road constructing this year. They're going to have in the Lamar Valley, right after you leave Tower, you're going to run right into the Yellowstone River Bridge there, and they're going to be doing construction on that this summer. You know, they're going to do that in the Lewis Bridge if you're going between Tetons and Southern Yellowstone. So always pay attention, because I hear that a lot from tourists. They're like, well, they should do that in the off season or blah, 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 blah. And it's like, come on, guys. Like, these parks are doing the best they can. I'm super excited for Yellowstone, because I read that from Tower to Canyon, that road, they worked. You remember where that store was, right on that cliff, kind of?
Yeah.
They redid the road there and stuff, and they spent, I want to say it was like $28 million fixing this road and fixing that parking lot and making it a lot safer and giving better viewpoints and more pullouts on the road. So that's coming. That's this year, and I'm super excited to do that. So just think of, like, when you think of going to these parks and paying the fee, because you know, Acacia is going to cost if you don't have the National Park Pass, which they have the National Park Passes, but they're going to also have the $30 fee if you just want to pay the one fee to get into the park. And that's something to take in consideration, because when I was reading that, they also get part of that $28 million comes from fee collection at that park.
Yeah.
So don't complain.
No. Always buy your pass, whether it's a 1 day or the yearly one, because it's important that we give these parks some money to do things, because they do great things. So that way we can still enjoy them. Going back to kind of the bird watching part of Acadia, in the fall, I guess it's very, very, very popular time of year for bird watching, and they'll actually put like spotters, and like people literally go, like their job is to spot the number of different birds that come. It's mostly for birds of prey, which is kind of cool. So if you're into the birds of prey, they get a ton, and it sounds like they spot like thousands of these birds a year. So if you're into bird watching, this might be the ticket for you.
That is awesome. No, I was seeing, actually, I was watching a documentary this morning with Jared. It was about Russia, and it was Wild Russia. The show we were watching kind of rolled into it, but they were talking about the eagle, one of the eagles over there, or maybe it was a falcon, but about 2,000 of them will go down to this island in Hokkaido in Japan, and like the fishermen will feed them and stuff, and it's crazy, like they migrate there. But yeah, when you talk about birds, like the birds of prey, we don't really think of how many are out there or how many exist or should exist in our ecosystems, because like, you know, you're talking thousands exactly in the large numbers of these birds. You know, people go to these places where they meet in those numbers. Typically, you know, if it's breeding season or if it's a good like harvesting season for, you know, there's a lot of fish coming at this time of year, so you see all the falcons come or the eagles come. Definitely some cool stuff to watch, because animals, the way they interact with each other, they interact like humans interact with each other, just with themselves. They have their own languages that we don't understand.
Oh, 100%. You know, we've talked about the lack of communication with most species before on there. So no, I think always the craziest migration I think of are the monarch butterflies, where they go from like Mexico or something, like down in South America all the way up to like Canada or something. It's all ridiculous.
They're a beautiful butterfly for sure.
They are super beautiful butterfly. I heard their numbers are drastically dropping though.
Yeah, that happens with humans.
Humans and climate change have dropped numbers in a lot of creatures.
Exactly. They ask, right here on the national park website right here, general information, some FAQs I think that are good to know. Do you need an entrance pass? Yes, we talked about that. They're $30 per vehicle, or you can have one of the season passes. Where is the park located, and what is the travel distance? You know, Acadia is located on Mount Desert Island along the coast of Maine. The park is 264 miles from Boston and 50 miles from Bangor, Maine. They say, do I need a car to visit Acadia National Park? You do not need a car when the Island Explorer shuttle bus is operating, which is June 23rd to early October. And they have a special website to see that. They say the best stay, how many days should I stay? The average stay here is 3 to 4 days. There is lodging in the park. They have the campgrounds. They have some lean-to shelters. There are many types of accommodations in the nearby towns. What is there to do? They talk about the shoreline. They talk about the hiking. They talk about the carriage roads, kayaking, canoeing, saltwater, freshwater to swim in. They have tons of ranger programs, and they're held between May and October. The rangers offer hikes, walks, boat cruises, talks, amphitheater programs, and even children's programs. They also provide the opportunities to see those peregrine falcons and raptors. Children of all ages can always participate in the junior ranger program at any national park. These are really fun. I remember doing them as a kid. Pets must be on leashes at all times in the park. You know how many I saw, I don't know, do you follow Turons of Yellowstone on Instagram?
No, I don't follow it, but I do get some every now and then. Actually, I think you sent me one.
I think I sent you one today of the buffalo eating the dog. So someone's dog gets off a leash or gets out of a car and runs. I mean, this is an older video. I'm sure you've seen it before.
No, the one you sent me of is the gal that went to go pet a moose.
Oh. Yeah, don't do that either. And I'm curious. I know Maine has moose.
Yeah.
I didn't see any in any of the reading. They must have been maybe extinct in that area.
Or maybe they're just too close to the ocean or something.
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah.
They say no pets in the park. With most national parks, it's that way. They must be leashed and attended at all times. I don't believe they're allowed on hiking trails. There are park, like some of the beaches and campgrounds don't allow them. Yeah. And then they ask about the park loop road and how long it'll take to drive. Plan 3 to 4 hours, including some stops. It's a 27-mile road. They offer audio tours. You can even take your bike, Mark, to there. The 45 miles of carriage roads are open to bikers and walkers.
There we go. That's the kind of shit I like to see. I want to take my bike to a bunch of these parks.
Exactly. You can even make vehicle reservations. It looks like to use like the Cadillac Summit Road. You go to recreation.gov to book it. So it looks like, yeah, you're going to need it for the Cadillac Summit Road from May 25th to October 22nd to reserve that spot for you.
Yeah. So yeah, this is that's kind of the basics of Acadia National Park. Again, these aren't super in depth what they are. It's just getting some facts out there for you to hopefully help make a decision on maybe going to this park or not. But let's be honest, it's really for me gathering information on if I want to go to the park, but it's a little bit there for you as well.
If you can't tell by the conversation we're having today, I feel like, because that's exactly it. These things, my brain goes to, how can we help the wanderers, with our travels, with even our planning, because I know for a fact, like I'm looking right here, right now. I'm on the website. Go to the website one. But they literally have, what is the difference between the 4 campgrounds? They say Blackwoods is located on the east side of Mount Desert Island and closer to major portion of the park, carriage roads, and Bar Harbor. Seawall is on the west side of Mount Desert Island, which is less crowded. Scotic Woods is our newest campground and is located on the Scotic Peninsula. Duck Harbor is located on the more remote island of Isle Ahat and is only accessed by boat. So right there, which one do me and Mark want to do? Either the one with the boat or the less crowded, I think.
The less crowded always gets my vote.
Yeah, but you got to take a boat to the campground? I don't think that's that crowded.
I mean, that'd be cool too. So.
But that's exactly it. We're planning these. We're thinking like, when we go, what do we want to do?
Yeah, that 100%. And, that's why we're gathering information on how we can make a better trip and do a better what if episode, really. But yeah, so that is Acadia National Park. We will move farther on in our alphabetical list. As for when that one comes out, I don't know. It's going to come out in the future, though. Could be 4 episodes, could be 6 episodes, could be 10 episodes from now. I don't know. But what I do know is what the next park is. So if you want, you can get really excited for it. Or if you're playing along at home, you can make a quick guess, if you haven't cheated already, into what that park is. Here's a hint, everybody. We've been there.
Oh.
It's Arches National Park. That's next on the list, but that's for another time, because right now it is time for me to be that guy, and it is time for our final words. So, final words, my guy.
Hey guys, thank you again for listening to another great episode. I like to think these are great. These are tools to help you. So definitely go check out the one where we talk about how we would plan a trip to Acadia. If you're going to any other parks, go check out those. We're trying to just build a knowledge, a database of parks that you guys can come check out, come listen to, come learn about, come hear our firsthand experiences, come hear us plan. I'm definitely excited to go to these parks, to go to new ones, to talk about old ones. You know, like this year, for example, we're going to go to some old ones, and you're going to hear some great stories, because some great memories and great stories will come of it. Just like, you know, Marco and Yellowstone for me this last week. You know, that's a great park. I keep getting more information and more knowledge about. And always, please give us a follow, give us a like, give us a review. It takes 2 seconds of your time, and it means the world to us, and it helps us out a lot. Just give us the 5 stars, or give us the 4 stars. It's all right. No, don't do that. Just if you think that, just forget what I just said. No.
Still put 5 stars anyway.
Yeah, no, please. We do appreciate it, guys. Yeah, you know, you could always reach us at wanderingwayspodcast@gmail.com. If you want to listen to other episodes, I spell it out. I'm not going to spell it out today, just to be that guy, because I only got a limited time to be that guy, because now I got to hand it over to the Reverend.
The best part about words of wisdom, or just final words, is they can go for as long as you want. It's your final word. You can be long-winded if you want.
I know, but I'm not going to take their time, because I want them to get outside.
Fair. Anyways, Reverend's final words of wisdom. Stay beautiful, everybody. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate every single one of you for listening, staying through it, doing all of that fun stuff. It's not this weekend that's coming up if you're listening. It's to the following weekend, next weekend, Friday, 22nd of April. It is everybody's favorite day, especially if you listen to this podcast. It's Earth Day. So let's go out and, you know, take care of the earth, pick up some trash, do something to help out the Mother Earth and everything. You know, hopefully do something that really, because we need to keep this thing. I just saw some dreary news on climate change and all that, and that was kind of a downer. So let's try and flip the script here.
So you're telling me the Wandering Ways crew is going to be together on Earth Day?
Oh, snap. That's true. Didn't put those two together. Yeah, so check out that, because that will be a riot. But anyways, that being said, peace out, everybody.
Bye.